Hi all, this is Skate. And yeah, it's another standard B video, sorry. Now for those who have no idea what I'm on about, I've already put out 2, maybe 3 standard B videos in the space of a few months. But this one I want to focus more on the gameplay and discuss that rather than the tank. However, this replay is about a month old, and because I know I released several standard B videos at that point in time, I kind of held on to this one for a little bit. But I thought I might as well get it up there. So I got a nice 6k game here, Kolobanov, in the standard B. But I want to discuss the gameplay because at some points I know some people are going to go, So I want to explain that and discuss it and actually give some logic behind it. And I do have to comment one thing on standard B. I know this thing had a nerf. I just don't feel it. I still think it's a brilliant tank. Even with its nerf, you can't really feel any difference. And for that, I still think it's a brilliant tank. Like I said, one of the videos I made was post-nerf, one was pre-nerf. And even then, I didn't feel the difference. And now, I don't think there's any real difference. It's a brilliant tank. But, gameplay, not tank. If you'd like my opinions on this tank, there are already, like I said, 2, maybe 3 videos on this channel about the in-depths and in and out of the tank. But in this game, I decided I wanted to try and go the medium route. Usually, my favourite thing to do, or my most popular thing to do, is go middle, spot, and then relocate afterwards. But looking at the enemy lineup, I thought it might be best to try and get down this side and see if I can deal with any mediums. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, we're packing in some APCR onto this Leo. Bit of a dumb thing to do, actually. I could have loaded some HE, and thanks to its great penetration, I could have put more damage into that and cleared it out. But the T92E1 has joined me. He's cleared out that Leo, which basically means we have free reign to go and flank the enemy. Basically get a bit of a pincer maneuver on the go. Already we are at a loss. We are 2 tanks down in comparison to the enemy team, so we do need to try and get in there, get some shots in sharpish to see if we can pick up the game and see if we can pull it back, basically. Obviously all the enemies over there, me and the T92 are over here, so our team are severely outnumbered on this side of the map. We do manage to get 1 shot in to this tank. That's pretty much all I'm going to get from there. So I'm going to try and go back to the original plan of getting a pincer maneuver on the go. See if I can come up behind anything. Maybe even get a full clip in on them. But instead, everyone's pretty much up here. So I'm going to try and help this guy by putting in some support fire for him. Because it is now just me, the T92, and this heavy tank, which sadly is about to take it from all angles. Now this is where I said some people are going to go, that's not team play, because some people's logic of team play is you need to just YOLO in and help the guy at this point. That's not team play. That's not going to do anyone any favours. It's not going to help anyone. I'm trying to get as much damage in as I can. I'm trying to help that guy, but if I went YOLO in at the same time, there's nothing I can do to help. Which surprised me at this point, because T92E1 just did exactly that. Now, in theory, what he should have tried to do at least is if he got a shot in and then get out as quick as he can. And then we could have used our mobility, our range, and our camo to our advantages because we're mediums and lights. What I've tried to do instead is get 3 decent shots into that E75, keep him in position so he couldn't go down and clear the T92 as quickly. But again, if I went YOLOing in now, I would be just as dead without fail. Like I said, I'm outgunned, I'm outnumbered. I'm not trying to play a DPM war, and that's the problem, is if you go in, you try to play this DPM war, you're going to lose. You need to play to the strengths and advantages of the tank, which is burst damage from a full clip and mobility. Now, we cleared out the AMX quite quickly. He was a low health target, so we focused and prioritized him. Then we used the rest of our clip to deal with the E75, which was already low because we pumped a load of shots into him while he was chasing earlier. Now it's just me versus a full hit point Tiger 2. And they are winning on cap points. Now if that E75 earlier managed to get A, I think this would be a loss as well. So what I've done is run to C, it stops them getting the points, and I now have a full clip. In any other normal circumstance, what I try and do is get the 1 shell off, wait for the reload. But I want to capture C, which is why I'm trying to permanently track this guy, which fails basically. So instead, I'm going to run away. The idea basically is if I can run away to the point where I have a full clip, at least that way, if he gets one into me, I've got plenty of scenarios to get more in. But he's not going to. I'm not going to get away from him. I do manage to get one shot into him, get one more into him, and this is where I bluff him. I go back as if I'm going to fire again. I don't have a shell ready, but he didn't know that, which made him hesitate and back up, which gives me time to get that last shell in position. So that's such a simple, basic thing to do, but it gave me that couple of seconds I needed to get out of there to get my shells. And then as he came up around the corner to try and get me quickly to get C, it gives me a chance to put one through his track before he could have got his gun down, which gives me over 6,000 damage, the Kolobanov medal, and only 24,000 credits, but it's a tech tree tank. But yeah, like I said, it was the gameplay in that one I wanted to focus more on. That's what I wanted to discuss, and I know it's going to turn a couple of heads, and I know many will agree at the same time as well. So I'm curious on your thoughts. Would you have gone in, or would you have stayed back and tried to do the damage you could while trying to secure the win? Let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to who would and who wouldn't. It's an interesting conversation. This is why I like gameplays, because one person's opinion may be very different from another person's. Some people would rather take I'd rather lose and go down trying to help my team buddy, which to me doesn't help your team buddy, because then you don't get the win. Surely they prefer the win. There we are, though. Difference of opinions. Let me know in the comments. I'm intrigued. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.